Seth Rollins and The Vision kicked off WWE Raw from Perth, Australia, and celebrated his Crown Jewel Championship win. He talked about the team he has assembled, including Paul Heyman, The Oracle, Braun Breaker, the future of the industry, and Bronson Reed, the man who defeated Roman Reigns. Rollins called Reed the new tribal chief. He then added that there was no one on the Crown Jewel Champions level. Rollins said that he defeated Cody Rhodes all on his own and doesn't need anyone. With that, Rollins and The Vision left the ring, and Raw moved on. Backstage, Rusev told Penta that he would face the winner of tonight's Intercontinental Championship match in a title match of his own. Dominic was sent outside early on, and Penta bounced him off the announce desk, apparently dropping the champ on Michael Cole's phone. Back in the ring, Penta got some big strikes, and Dom tossed him over the barricades, almost dropping Penta on a member of the crowd. Dominic was in control as the match returned to the ring and tied Penta's mask to the ropes before Rusev made his entrance. Penta freed himself and hit a big dive on Rusev to the floor before Dominic used the distraction to get the timekeeper's hammer and hit Penta with it. Dom hit the hammer in his boot and used it to hit the 619 on Penta before getting the win. Kairi Sane was backstage and showed Asuka that the kick she took to save her at Crown Jewel left her with a nasty bruise on her forehead. Asuka slapped her and then hyped her up for the match tonight with Ria Ripley. Ria was in control early on, and Sane came back with some strikes before taking a vertical suplex. Thanks to a distraction from Asuka, Kairi came back with some big kicks and hit a double stomp for a near fall as the match went on. Kairi dodged the riptide before driving Ria into the ring post. Ripley fell to the ground before coming back and hitting the razor's edge for a near fall. Asuka tried for a distraction but was taken down before Ria hit the riptide and got the win. Asuka attacked Io after the match, but Ria stopped her and cleared the announce desk, setting her up for a big riptide on it. Kairi came in with a kendo stick and took Ria out before Asuka hit a big DDT to her on the announce desk. Kairi drove the kendo stick into Ria's throat before they retreated. Medics and Io dragged Ripley backstage as Raw continued. Rusev was backstage and said that Penta got what he deserved. He was coming for Dominic's title, and no one was going to stop him. Backstage, Jey Uso told Jimmy that all Roman Reigns does is look out for himself, and they should do the same. Jimmy told Jey to go handle his business, and he would handle his own. Uso rushed Reed right off the bat, but Reed took him down before the match headed outside. Jimmy drove Reed into the ring post before things headed back to the ring, and Bronson hit a big elbow drop. Jimmy tried to lift Reed for a Samoan drop but fell down to the mat. Reed got some more big strikes to the injured ribs of Jimmy Uso before getting the tsunami for the win. After the match, Braun Breaker ran in and hit a spear on Jimmy before Reed set him up for a second spear. Braun was about to get a third spear, but Jey Uso came out to make the save. The Vision retreated and the Usos argued in the ring before Jey walked out. Bayley and Lyra were in control early on and drove Raquel into the apron before Rodriguez hit Lyra with an Alabama slam into Bayley. The heels took control of the match and got some big moves before Bayley turned things around with the Bayley to belly suplex to Roxanne and made the tag. Told Bayley to snap out of it and slapped her before the role model hit a big dive to the floor and slammed Raquel's head repeatedly into the announce table. Back in the ring, Bayley got the takedown on Roxanne and hit the elbow drop before getting the win. Rollins was backstage on Raw and said he could sense that something big was on the horizon. He told Heyman and the Bronze that this was the best weekend of his professional life. They were at the mountaintop, and nothing could knock them off it. Backstage on Raw, Adam Pearce booked a tag title match between the Judgment Day and the team of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Stephanie Vaquer was out next to celebrate her Crown Jewel Championship win and was interrupted by Raquel and Roxanne. Roxanne said that she deserved to be the Women's World Champ since she was the last to beat Io Sky. Vaquer told her that she didn't care and that Roxanne would never beat her. Knight countered an early GTS before Jey hit a big dive on Knight to the floor. Back in the ring, Knight got some strikes in on Jey before they teamed up against Punk and dropped him back outside. Punk came back with some big moves and hit the elbow drop on Knight before the latter countered the DTS again. Knight hit Jey with a DDT and got double elbow drops before stomping on Jey in the corner. Knight hit the BFT on Punk before Jey dragged him outside and sent him into the steel steps. Punk got his knees up for the splash. Jey took the DTS before Punk got the win. Rollins and the Vision rushed the ring and Braun took Jey and Knight out with spears before they surrounded Punk in the ring. They attacked Punk and kicked him down before Breaker took him down with a spear. Rollins walked up and Reed got the tsunami before the champ taunted Punk, saying that he would never be World Heavyweight Champion. Breaker tossed Punk out of the ring and Rollins posed with his team. Breaker suddenly hit Rollins with a spear, shocking everyone before asking Reed if he was with him. Reed made his choice and hit the tsunami on the champ before they cornered Heyman as well. Hyman joined the Bronze as Rollins lay on the mat before Raw went off the air. Jojo Melanjandas began writing for Sportskeeda Wrestling in 2015, a path he discovered through a friend. He is known for his live reporting, which gives fans an unbiased and accurate account of events as they happen. With a bachelor's in mass communication and journalism, Jojo briefly worked as a research analyst and a graphic designer before starting at Sportskeeda. He remembers getting hooked on Raw and SmackDown in school in the early 2000s. Jojo's favorite wrestler is Finn Balor, and he has interviewed WWE superstar Becky Lynch. When he is not covering the live shows, he can be found updating himself about the latest technology, playing games, or practicing music.